batch of my county famous venison stew today, so I figured I might as well throw it on camera and share out the recipe. For those of you who haven't had this before, this is real simple, quick, easy, and cheap. I think in ingredients, not counting the deer meat, I've maybe got $10, $12. Now, depending on who you talk to, deer meat can be the most expensive meat in the world, hitting up there at $20 to $50 a pound if you really consider it. But I guess it also depends on how long you've been hunting. But anyway, like I said, this is quick, simple, and easy, and most people are a little shocked when they have this. When you tell them that the ingredients of the sauce are peaches and ketchup, they get a little spayed out, but I like it. Everybody that's had it likes it. Like I said, 10, 12 bucks, and I can eat on this for a couple, 3 days. Basic ingredients, like I said, you got your good venison. The nice thing is when you cook in the crock pots or make stews, you can use up some of that venison that's less desirable. I think this came off the either the neck or one of the front shoulders of a buck that RJ shot last fall. Of course, we're going to have some ground up garlic, chopped up carrots, shrooms, must have your shrooms, and then some potatoes. Now I also use celery, but as many of you probably know, when you're going to cook in a crock pot or a long cooker or something like that, you want to wait until that lasts a little bit before you cut up the celery and put that in. Otherwise it's going to get a little too soggy. Now one of my secret ingredients is my jalapeno peppers. I grow these out in the backyard and then can them. Here's a note, RJ, if you're watching, this is the last jar of these, and I didn't plant any this year, so you better start saving what you got. And that's about it. Now the sauce is really special. You just take a regular jar of ketchup, regular can of peaches, throw them in the blender together, or if you don't have a blender, you can use your little whirly bird doodad, which makes a mess all over the friggin' place, but I don't have a blender. Grind that up real good. You want to get rid of most of the chunks, or at least rend it down as much as you can. It's all going to cook sooner or later, but if you can save the big chunks being in there. And that's about it, man. I pour in the sauce. Still got some chunks in there, and then just dump everything else in. I'll start the crock pot off on high, and all of these ingredients and stuff, it's all done to your taste and whatever the heck you like. What tastes good to you may not taste good to somebody else, or you don't like carrots, so don't use as many. I like all this stuff, so I pound it all in there, except for the celery. Like we said, we're going to wait on that. Let me get a spoon. This crock pot is just a little small for the size of this, but you get all that stuff mixed up in there and it starts cooking down after a while. It's going to be good. I'm not going to bore you with the rest of this. I'm going to add more jalapenos for heat, because you got to have the heat. Once it's all going, we're going to sip a few Labatts and wait for it to go, and I'll bring you back later tonight when we're dipping and drinking on it. So, later. Well, guys, this is where I was planning on bringing you some video of, everybody in the kitchen enjoying the stew, scooping it out, laughing, joking, drinking beers, blah, blah, blah. Video of the, plates full of the stew, everybody dipping on it. But man plans, God laughs. Everybody's getting a little bored waiting for stew and whatnot. So we decided to go out and torch off a burn pile I had in the backyard. And it all went brutally downhill from there. Take a look. Sure likes stuff up, doesn't it? That's what it's like to get drunk.
Go closer.
How are you guys doing tonight?
So you can.
We were having fun. I'm sorry. Look, I wouldn't mind if you had a burn permit, honestly. I think this is awesome. This is my own phone song. I can't help you. I don't want to be a. I don't want to see if you're winning over there. It's gone down a lot. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Probably not the best decision torching that pile off that night. But bad decisions make for good stories, right? So anyway, I guess one of the neighbors down the road saw it and thought the whole house was on fire. Anyway, thanks to the fire department. It's plural. I guess both Garden City and Pooler came out. Anyway, that about wraps it up for the stew. I hope you like the stew. I hope some of you will try it. If you got any feedback where you'd rather see something different in it, or you would do something different, or take something in, put something in, or take something out, blah, 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 I'd love to hear from you. If you got any other ways of doing it. If any of you ever even have tried it or heard of it, I'd like to hear about that. Because every time I mention this ketchup and peaches to somebody, they just get all weirded out and say, that'd be gross, I don't even want to try it. And then they try it and they like it. So anyway, without making this too long-winded, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.